there are a lot of visible specular highlights flickerings ongoing on this vehicle here. All these metal bars here suffering quite a lot of this rendering artifact. Now let's enable TAA and see how the image looks like. As you see, with TAA on, specular highlights glitches are gone, so it's really a notable improvement. We also added parallax occlusion.
Was looking amazing.
Yeah. And you also have kind of the, also similar improved effects at the front. If you have a close look here.
The take-in effects, basically.
Yeah, we improved them a lot, so you now really see how each crop is coming into the header and then feed it into the combine harvester.
Nice.
And there we got also different effects for different header types.
Okay.
So like this is just a normal cutter, but you also have draper headers, the ones with the belts. And yeah, you really see that the crops fall onto the belt.
They move
and
differently
then move into the center. So it's individual for all headers.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there's something very specific, though, I know you worked on regarding like headers specifically in the whole harvesting process. Something that hasn't been part of FS19 so far. Maybe we want to reveal a little bit about that.
If you have a close look here, you barely see it. So the header is not completely straight. It's here a bit down, just a few centimeters. But now we introduced automatic header tilt and height control. So the header is automatically detecting the height of the ground and is adjusting to it, and also tilting the header so it perfectly matches the ground.
Okay.
So it doesn't. It does not only have a visual effect. On this field, we barely see it, but some you.
I think
see
once
it a
you
bit
get
more.
started harvesting on the Alpine map, for example.
Yeah. But also for mod maps that have some steeper slopes, it also improves the driving, so you don't get stuck on the header and so.
And this is the case for every header in the game?
And not every. The ones that only also got that in real life. So not every header got a tilt control. So the height control is implemented on all headers to improve that. But the tilt is only on that support that in real life. For example, on older combines, you don't have that in real. So only on the new ones.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, we have a little something more planned later on, but for now, after harvesting our grain here, something else we might want to show. You already parked some trailers in the back. Those are also new.
Yeah. So we got another brand Rudolph. The German trailer brand. So and we got some really nice trailers from them. So let's just tip that into that. Then I can show you the trailers. So pretty nice ones. So we got some more, not only these two. So they're the same. But yeah, they're really nice and pretty nice new wheels. So that are from Colored. They look really nice, and also the
new profile on there.
The profile is more 3D. So, and we also got from Continental the wheels on our really nice John Deere. So they are also really nice. But this is also the white configuration for the wheels. So it looks pretty good on our John Deere. So also a new tractor. Basically everything new. Older tractor from John Deere was built end of the 90s. And as a young timer in the game now, we can just enter.
I also see in the front that's a new weight. We have new weights
that's
as
also
well.
New. We got some 10-winkle weights, also a German brand. And we got a whole bunch of weights in all
a series of them.
The game now. And they're also universal for all the tractors. If you hear a bit of the game, I hope you hear it well. you also hear the manual shifting of this tractor. So because this tractor is manual shifted with...
Yeah, I think we have not talked about anything of that yet. Yes, we have gear shifting.
We have gear shifting.
Something that you've worked on for quite a while, I believe.
Yeah, it's a really tricky topic because it's not really easy to do, especially the automatic shifting of these gears, because if you don't want to shift, some players don't want that to shift manually, you have to automatically shift like nearly perfect to handle all the different situations of the game, and that's quite tricky.
Yeah, I mean, like with everything, we have the possibility to turn this like manual gear shift setting on.
Look, it's also
animated. The character animates
using the levers here, and also the clutch pedal.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the sound, I don't hear it now.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. So that's one of my favorite features of the new game.
That the sound basically adjusts according to what gear.
Yeah, and sometimes if you got a heavy trailer, it sounds pretty awesome.
When the load is kicking in, driving uphill.
Yeah. So we got here a farm. I built here some bits.
Mm-hmm.
Hope that looks quite nice.
Hope you don't get stuck on our little fence here.
I hope. But trailers are pretty long.
They're pretty hard to maneuver.
Yeah.
But this is one of our farm silos that you've placed down here.
Exactly. So also a new brand from Unia, so a Polish brand that's producing such silos. So we got some more of them in different sizes. So you can
we have a different range of them available in game.
Yeah, so you can choose which size you want, and you also can extend it with silo extensions like you already know from the past games.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. No.
So but what we want to show here now is that when unloading into a silo from your trailer, we also have these nice new sound effects.
Hear the new sounds, so
let's listen.
Yeah, let's listen to that.
There you go.
So you also, if you look, it's the camera. We don't really have that much in the trailer.
Yeah, it was unloaded pretty quickly.
Yeah, I forgot to unload the full combine. Sorry for that.
Didn't have the time to get all of the field done.
Yeah, but we can.
But that's the thing. We want to show you as much as we can.
Yeah.
In our time window, of course.
But we can also unload it here to show you the unloading without anything in. And you can also see that we improved the animation here of the hydraulic cylinders. In the past games, so this hydraulic cylinders has many subparts that are extending.
These single pistons.
Yeah, exactly. And in the past, we extended them all at the same time, but now it's more realistic, and they extend one after another.
Yeah, it's this gradual.
Exactly.
Hello, NPC.
Hello. Oh.
Yeah, it's basically this gradual extension of one part.
And if you have a listen to the sound, you also hear when each cylinder is at the end and it's locking into its position. So you also hear that. So that is way more realistic and really great to hear. So, but we still have one tipper left that is full.
Yeah, that's still full. I mean, the question is what to do with this.
Yeah, what should we do? Maybe I should get a column
placed in the map. Or, of course, you can also place them yourselves. Where if you purchase some land, for example, just create it, paint it with our landscaping mode as you see fit. Maybe place a few trees or fences there and just place your building right there, and you can use that as well. So we see Marius is already unloading some of our freshly harvested grain, and the mill is going to run on itself now. And we also have very nicely our audio guys worked on that. They have their own like idle sound and also like a working sound as well.
So as you can see now in the bottom corner, we have delivered our wheat to our grain mill, and it's now currently producing flour from it. And as you can see in a few seconds, we have produced enough flour to get a product from it. So as you can see now,
there it is.
It produced enough to spawn a pellet, and we can now use this product to bring it, for example, to the bakery, which is a production point as well.
Yeah. So either if you only own the grain mill per se, you can then either sell it directly, because there are like a few other not production chains, but like selling points on the map. I mean, we have, for example, supermarkets and things like that where you can sell the flour. I believe it's a supermarket and a few other places.
You have different options where you can sell your products, and depending on where you get the best price, you have to decide where you want to place it or produce it into other goods.
Now this is already very exciting. This is our production chain, basically the management menu of the flour mill you're currently at. So maybe you can show us a little bit of what do all these numbers and icons mean?
Yeah, it's still not finalized. We're going to work on it a bit more. But on the left, you have an overview over all your production points. And as we can see here, we have our grain mill, which we're currently at. And we have different productions for flour, mainly because we have different grains.
To the bakery yourself.
Yeah. So like shown here, we loaded some of our flour onto a trailer and moved it to our bakery. And now we can check.
And joining us, little something more to show you. We teased it in the very beginning, something about how great our new ground textures look. Stefan, let's show the players out there how amazing our new... I mean, we have different ground textures now, depending on... We see a new tool here. And we have, depending on what kind of tool you're using, of course, you're going to get different ground types. So maybe we want to talk about that a little bit.
Exactly. So here we got a disc harrow. So you can see it has a lot of small discs that are rotating and are, like cutting the ground and mixing it a little bit. Yeah. So it's a bit different from a normal cultivator. A cultivator works a bit more in depth and really changes the look of the ground. And now let's just enter here our Case Magnum. It's also a new tractor. We already showed that on some screenshots. It's the brand new Magnum series, also with the 400.
Oh, and you also see here something we had in FS19 with the Platinum add-on, I believe, are crawlers that are now fully three-dimensional as well.
Yeah, we introduced that with the class DLC. Yeah. And now we got it on basically all of the vehicles. So if you have a close look here and you drive, you see that, it's three-dimensional and it's moving.
Really, really pretty. But before we start, you, of course, need to attach your disc harrow in the back.
Nearly forgot that. So let's head back to my disc harrow. So also a new disc harrow from Case. So it's like the first time we got from Case also some more tools. Normally we only had tractors and combines and that stuff, but now we got also some tools here. So let's unfold it.
There's also, every time I see these machines unfold, especially larger ones, I always have to think of integrators like yourself. So many different parts to animate to get these things just look beautifully.
Sometimes it's really difficult, especially if the tools get really wide. So for American cultivators.
And when they start unfolding in sections and sections.
So sometimes it's really tricking and taking a lot of time to implement it well. And to have it as realistic as possible. So now we unfolded it and then we can
and now let's see what all the fuss is about with these new and nice crop types.
Yeah, so
Ground types, not crop types, of
yeah,
course.
the ground types. So if we cultivate now, we can see that there's also some straw still. So the stubbles of the field are still in the ground.
Yeah.
So if you would drive now with a cultivator, it would look different.
Yeah.
Because the cultivator is more bringing the straw under the ground.
Yeah, it
so you
basically
don't really
digs them
see.
underneath.
Exactly.
Almost.
So so that's the first edition here.
So this is like depending on if you're using disc harrow or a cultivator or a plow, for example.
Yeah.
It's always going to be whatever was on the field before. It's always going to look different. Of
Exactly.
course,
Yeah. So
how the ground has been
so
worked.
the plow is also putting everything under the ground. So even more than a cultivator.
Yeah.
But all this stuff has also gameplay effects. Improved the weed system there a bit.
Yeah.
So if you drive with a disc harrow, you got more stubbles there and effects here, like similar to the back of the combine. You can also see the
New particles effect in the back.
the dirt that is spreading after the disc. So we never had them in the game before. So
Don't
they're
think
also
so, no.
new. So we got at the back the slurry distributor and the tank on top. And as you have seen probably already on the website, we got also the semi-trailed tanker for that. So if you need to have some more slurry, you can use that. Okay, so but first, before we start, Rudolf Herrmann.
Yes, it's the
can
first
see
time
to-
actually in game that we ever
Yeah.
have like a branded like animal husbandry.
Exactly, yeah, that's really a special thing. And they produce really great, they're beautiful. And they are eating there. Also from this side, a pretty nice one. And you can also open here all the gates.
You can have a look inside, of course, as
Yeah.
well.
And
There's also like the feeding area in the front.
yeah, so we improved here also a bit. Close this door if you want.
I mean, they seem much more interactive than they were
Yeah.
before compared to FS19. So you will have all these little elements.
And we got a bunch of little elements there on the placeables. Especially one nice thing is the lighting inside some sheds we have.
Yeah.
So it
The
looks
new lighting system of the
Yeah.
whole, like the interior.
yeah.
So if you want to fertilize your fields to increase your yield, you can do that.
Yeah. So you can see it here. Yeah, it's
Maybe like the pre-texture before isn't the best to show now,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
do see it very slightly
it's a little bit darker.
the
And, now if you
wetter,
stay-
basically. Yeah, also
you
with
can
the
see here
slurry.
border. Yeah. One nice thing also the here this front arm.
Yeah, I was
So-
about to ask, what's that in the
Yeah.
front?
So in real life, that is used to get the slurry into the tank. So normally you have one, and then you can manually control that.
All right.
Exactly.
And I mean, something we have one more thing we want to show you guys. When taking care of your field, when fertilizing them, when using like slurry distributors or also like fertilizer sprayers, for example, we've in the past we've had like fertilizer levels.
Yeah.
We had like in FS19 we had a 2, and we still
So if you activate that, it will bring out the doubled amount of slurry.
and it's gonna count basically as
Yeah.
2 fertilized
Exactly,
layers
so-
at once.
Yeah. You drive a bit slower because that it brings out the same the
We'll